Okay, today's message is a bit chaotic and at the same time it's very beautiful. I felt a lot of tension around my shoulders and my neck area just before I start recording this message. Probably you have this kind of tension um, around neck and shoulder area, and then you must be in some sort of a frustration because I got this frustration out of nowhere. Okay, right before I start recording this message. Um, Also, at the same time, what I heard was you're a lighthouse. You're a lighthouse to this world, okay? And also, along with that, I heard you're a big fish. You're a big fish and you're a big deal, especially in the spiritual realm. You're a very big deal. I heard that very clearly. So if this message is for you, you are a very big deal in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm. So when I said that, and if it straight away went into your ego, and then you start thinking, of course, I'm a big deal and I'm above everyone, or something along that line, if you start thinking that you're above everyone else, then this message is not for you, because the person that I'm talking to, you're very humble. You have this beautiful energy. You're very humble sometimes to your own detriment. That's what I heard. To your own detriment. Like you're a big giver. You're a lighthouse. And you've been heavily misunderstood throughout your whole life. And probably that's why you have this frustration right now, because you've been heavily misunderstood and maybe you experienced some sort of a situation recently. Like I'm seeing a friend group, maybe work colleagues, somehow like I'm seeing a group of people, and you've been you were heavily misunderstood by them. I'm not saying everyone, but most people, they misunderstood you, and then you're in extreme frustration about that. And right now what I'm hearing is the reason that you were heavily misunderstood throughout your whole life, and even in this instance, in this case, is because you are not meant to be understood by others first. And it must be really hard for you to hear that, but it is for a bigger reason, okay? It's not because that you're not meant to be loved by others, you're not worthy of love and accepting. No, it's because you're worthy of all these things, but first it needs to come within you. That's why you've been put through those kind of situations your whole life, until you learn that lesson, until you realize that within you, okay? It's a very powerful message. You are very powerful. As I said, you're a big deal. You're a big fish. You're not a small fish. I don't know why I'm getting this fish reference. Probably you like fish and you're a pescatarian, probably. I don't know. And yeah, you are a big fish, okay? And you are a big giver as well. You give to other people and you accept people for who they are. And you have this frustration because they don't accept you for who you are. And as I said, the reason that they don't accept you right now is because first you're meant to accept you for who you are. Think about yourself. Like, are you accepting yourself who you are? Are you understanding yourself right now? Because that's the question that Spirit is asking from you right now. You are meant to understand yourself first. Accept yourself first is because you're a lighthouse. You are here to guide other people. You are here to first understand yourself and then help others to understand and accept themselves. Okay? That's why You're being put through these kind of situations over and over again until you learn that lesson. It's not because that you're not being loved. You're being loved so much, so hard by your spirit team, like your spirit guides, the angels, the divine energy. And as I said before, you're carrying this special mission to serve this world, to be a guide, to be a lighthouse to this world. So for you to serve this world, first you need to accept yourself, right? Accept your sensitivity, accept your the struggles. Ask yourself, are you criticizing yourself so much for not being um, not being able to do certain things? And ask yourself every time when someone is criticizing you, why do I get hurt? Okay, ask yourself that. Why do I get hurt? Is it because that person is criticizing and I'm not being accepted by that person? I'm not being loved by that person? Or is it because I'm not accepting myself for who you are? So when the moment that you start accepting yourself wholeheartedly, you wouldn't even care about what other people think about you. So you're meant to accept yourself unconditionally. The moment you accept yourself unconditionally without any expectations from the external world, you will see how it's going to reflect back from the world. But you have to do it without any expectation. So I'm getting this guilt around you. I feel like that you're being provided by the universe for you to carry out this mission. Okay, at the moment probably you are in this resting mode, and you're being encouraged to rest, and that you feel so guilty for resting and then accepting the assistance that you're getting from people, and however that way that you're getting the assistance you're being provided, you feel guilty for accepting that. The reason is that y- since you were young, like the whole life, throughout the whole life, as I said, people were projecting things onto you. So you must have had a lot of jealousy and, competitive energies around you. And then you thought that you're doing something wrong for being provided. But you have to understand that, as I said, you're not like others. You're here for a very special purpose, and your life path is completely different to the others around you. So stop comparing yourself and stop feeling guilty for being provided by the universe. I know when I say you're being provided by the divine, the universe, it's not directly coming from them. Of course, it has to come through people and or institutions, whatever it is. So the way that you've been provided is like, it doesn't matter. Like somehow you're being provided and it's coming to you through the divine. So stop feeling guilty for being in this receiving energy, because it's a part of your destiny. Okay, I think the reason that you're getting this message right now, you're watching this, because your spirit team is asking you to fully allow yourself to rest and recuperate and allow them to recalibrate your energy. Let them do it for you. Okay, so when you're resting, they will do that for you. You don't have to do anything. So when you're in proper resting mode, it's going to happen to you, and then it will help you to carry out your mission for this world. So just because someone else is projecting things and us telling you that you're doing something wrong and you're being lazy, no, you're not being lazy. You know that for a fact. When you have energy, like, like how productive you are, like how driven you are, you know that. And the reason that you're not doing that right now is because you're being encouraged to rest. Okay, accept that. I think that's the message for today, because my light is turning off and I have to keep turning it on. I think it's a sign to give it a rest. Okay, so rest, and Yeah, stop feeling guilty for resting. So you're very special, you're very beautiful, and you are a big deal, okay, to the whole world. So you will realize it once you start balancing your energy. So for now, you're being encouraged to rest, okay? So yeah, that's the message. And I love you so much. And yeah, I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.